Shalom Yasharallah. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone in New York who rule well. And salutations to all Akim, pushing this word in truth and sincerity with charity to the four corners of the earth. I just want to get into a quick lesson for these BOIs, these black-only Israelites, and Lord willing, it's edifying, for the to the alive. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13. I'll start at verse 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which soweth good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. All right? So, our people slept, man. They were in captivity. They didn't know who they were, And it's twofold, because literally during slave times on those plantations, the slave master would come in and, just have their way and rape our women, you know what I'm saying? It was a thing of the norm, you know what I'm saying? It was just part of our captivity. It's terrible. But that's what happened, Verse 25, but while men slept, his enemy came, his enemy, right, not your friend, and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. All right, so wheat and tares, they look very similar, but they're two different things, But when the blade was, verse 26, but when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, dost not thou sow good seed in thy field? Whence then had the tares? He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. There's that enemy again. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. All right? Meaning that there's going to be, heathens that look like us, and we're going to be confusion of faces, have that shame of looking like the other nations, all right? Because we were scattered to the four corners of the earth. So there's going to be a lot of Israelites that look like the other nations. They're going to look like Esau, Edom. They're going to look like Moab, the so-called Chinese, right? They're going to look like Ammon, Ishmael, all right? Because we've been scattered to the four corners of the earth. And these people have oppressed us, Verse 30. Matthew 13, verse 30. Let both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Right, you know what I'm saying? So at the end, the harvest will be at the end, the very end, you know what I'm saying? When the Lord comes back with his angels, those reapers are the angels, to gather up his elect, the 144,000 men of Israel, 12,000 from each tribe, and, the 1/3 that scattered, that does that represents an innumerable number, okay, in Revelation 7. All right. So at the end, he'll grab them, because there's going to be people that believe. That's why this thing's a spiritual thing, you see? It's through the Spirit that we know we're the children of the Most High. All right, we're going to get that, but just letting you know. This is Malachi chapter 3, verse 18. Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth the Most High and him that serveth him not. Right, because now, through the power and will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we use the Spirit, you see, to discern all things. We have the unction to know all things, all right? And that's why we're going to be, discerning spirits. People come up to camp. We're going to read them by their spirit, you see. This is Romans chapter 8 and 16. Let me get there. Yeah. Romans chapter 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. All right? That's what the Spirit tells us. because we gravitate to this word, and the Lord has blessed us with the understanding, starting from the apostles and elders on down, all right, and from Great Millstone. Okay? Because the other nations, they don't, first of all, the name of the Lord is dreadful among the heathen. The heathens are not going to get this. So you need to understand that our people are scattered among the heathen, and through having sex, marriage. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are going to look like the other nations. This is John chapter 14, verse 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments. Right, and the law, statutes, and commandments were given to only Israel. Okay. Let me just get that real quick, because it's one of my favorite scriptures now. This is Leviticus chapter 26, verse 46. These are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by the hands of Moses. Right, because Moses is known as what? The lawgiver. You see? And this law was only given to Israel. Amos chapter 3, verse 1 and 2 tells you, you only have I known. Let's get it real quick. There's Amos chapter 3, verse 1 and 2. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. And this confusion of face, this looking like the other nations, is punishment, man. It's shameful. All right? And that's why through the Spirit, we're going to see who's who, because those that love the Lord in truth and in righteousness, as it is written, John 7:38, that believeth on him as it is written, right? They're going to come to this word. They're going to come to the truth from the four corners of the earth, wherever they may be scattered. Once the truth comes out, which it has been coming out, that's why you see a lot of brothers waking up all over the globe. All right? Because we love the Lord, man. We love Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So we're going to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. We are in this flesh, and we're going to be going off. But guess what? Our love and dedication is to the Lord. That's why when you come in this thing, prepare that mind for temptation, because now the Lord is first on everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful thing to be the servant of the Lord. Lord willing that he uses us to the very end. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. Right. So that's what you see on the highways and byways. The Lord made it happen that we could be on the streets, the chief concourse areas of these cities in Babylon, America, right? To what? To preach this word, to bring out the truth, to fulfill prophecy, to do the Lord's will, all right? Because Ezekiel 37 talks about that one stick, and that one stick is now presented. We're living in those times, all right? This is Judges chapter 5, verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the places of drawing water, right? Saved or delivered from where? From America, the place of drawing waters. There's all nations here, This place is Babylon the Great, literally. It is. It's a fact. From the noise of the archers, because they're going to destroy this place with a thermonuclear destruction. Those IBCM missiles, there shall they rehearse, the righteous acts of the Lord. So there it is. We're keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, observing the Sabbath, okay, observing the high holy days, all our real holidays are in the scriptures. We're observing them and keeping them to the best of our ability. All right, we're rehearsing the righteous acts. You see. Even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. All right, because the other nations, all right, the heathen, they weren't given the law. They weren't given this word, all right? This is only for Israel. And that will never change. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates, and the gates represent the leaders, the men the Lord set up to have the understanding of this word, to feed the flock, man, and wake up the elect and the 1/3. You see? So that's why that scripture about, he who believeth on Yahweh Shai, the same is saved, or I'm butchering it, but that's what it is, that there's going to be other people that there's going to be Israelites that look like the other nations, and they're going to believe on Yahweh Shai. They're going to believe that he's a so-called black man, very dark skin, woolly hair, all right? They're going to believe in the scriptures as it is written. They're going to receive the breakdown, all right, as it is told, all right? Faith cometh by hearing. So when they hear this word, it's going to resonate with them, okay? And that's why they may look like other people. We're going to go through some examples shortly, but let's get the scriptures out first. There's Baruch. Let me get this one. Baruch, chapter 4. Yes. Slovakia. I went too far. Here it is. Baruch chapter 4, verse 37. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. Right? Because we were misbehaving. We weren't keeping the law, statutes, commandments in our own land. All right? So the Father kicked us out for misbehaving. To serve punishment. To be enslaved by these other nations, man. All right? Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west, by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because this truth, knowing this truth is going to set you free. It's going to renew your mind. You know what I'm saying? And because we once knew this education. To draw from within, something that we already knew, basically, right? So we know this, man. So if you look at this is on the screen. This is Blake Griffin and his father and his mother. His dad's from Haiti, the Haitians, the tribe of Levi, all right? And his mom's an Edomite, all right? The red Hebrew Edomite. But look at him, like, he looks like he's so-called mixed, like, you don't know what he is. You know what I'm saying? But you are whatever your father is, and that's what it just comes down to, all right? So he's also a Levite. He's a Hebrew Israelite. Here's an example of a tear, because we were going over tares and wheats earlier, right? In Matthew. So here it is. This is a Hebrew Israelite woman, but her husband is clearly an Edomite. All right, and their child, that's a tare. He or she, whatever it is, there may look like a Hebrew Israelite, Southern Kingdom tribe, But you are whatever your father is, according to Numbers 1 and 18. And this little boy is a tear. He's an Edomite. He looks like one of our people, but he's not. All right? And that's just the facts. That's just what it is. Here's another picture of him a little older, see? So you see, there's a Southern Kingdom mother, the nigger woman here. And then you got the son, the hair's a little thicker and curly than the father's. And he got melanin, you know what I'm saying? But he's a damn devil too, just like his dad. You see his dad's all red. They're both Edomites, all right? Because, skin color is an indicator. It's not a definite. It's all about your spirit, and your lineage, Here's another one. See, the mom here is from Elam, right? The East Indians. And the father here is an Edomite. But the daughter looks like she's a light-skinned East Indian girl, okay? That is, like, that's confusion. That's a tear, too, you know what I'm saying? Because, look, she may look like another nation, a heathen nation, but she's really an Edomite. That's her father, Here's another photo of, that same family. I found these online, by the way, on Google. Just type in mixed race families or whatnot. Here it is again here. See, like, these children, they have some hope in the sense that after 1,000 years of slavery, when the Lord Yahweh Shai returns and saves us, okay, because these heathens are going to be under subjection to us, and they're going to be enslaved hardcore for 1,000 years. After 1,000 years, this Edomite mother to the right side will be exterminated with the rest of her house. All right, but this man and his children, they're going to be our slave forever. You know what I mean? Be tributaries. There's going to be an order to things, but he will be here still. And him and his whole household will follow the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. Because remember, Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, we're going to have these laws, statutes, and commandments written in our mind, so that we never break them again, and we live forever. But these heathens are going to be tributaries to us, and we're going to enforce the law on them, when they break it. All right, but that Edomite, after 1,000 years, that's it, man. They're going to be exterminated. All right. Again, so this is a spiritual thing, because skin color is just an indicator. Remember that. This is an example here in the scriptures, real quick, about how the Lord, the Heavenly Father, looks upon things. Okay, and Yahweh Shai, because they have the same mind. All right. This is 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart, which is your mind. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the Israelite mind, though, the person, the brother might look like the other nations, is going to have the heart, the Spirit of the Lord is going to be calling onto them. They're going to believe, as the scriptures have said. You see, they may look like anybody else, like Bruce Lee, a Moabite. He looks like a Moabite, but he's an Israelite, through the Spirit. Justin Timberlake, another Israelite. Oh, you know what, Bobby Caldwell. That's man. I was looking for images. Earlier I was looking for images earlier, and I was going to get Bobby Caldwell, but some of my. But check out Bobby Caldwell. Play his music. All right. You're gonna think it's a Jake singing, but when you see him in person, he looks like an Edomite. But it's through the Spirit again. It's just some examples to give you a visual of the understanding of these scriptures. Okay. Lord willing, it was edified again. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of New York who rule well, and salutations to all that I can push in this word in truth and sincerity with charity. Shalom, wa abad ball.